Hey troops, what's up? It's Dit Commando here. Welcome to the channel, and today we've got a little bit of a different one for you guys. Actually, I stumbled across this one today literally about 20 minutes ago, and I thought I'm going to do this video, a reaction to it, because I like the sound of the title and we like our sound effects in this one, so hopefully the F-15 will promote a lot of sound effects in the chat later on, guys. But yeah, hope you like this one. It's going to be a little bit different, but we'll just see how it does, guys. All right, we want to keep our content varied for you all. But before we get into that, there's a few points of admin that I want to mention to you all. In the description, there's going to be a link. That one link, okay, literally, if you click on it, goes to all of my different accounts and stuff, all right? So I've got my Twitch account on there, which I game on every night. I've got my Twitter account, which I sometimes post on, Instagram, which I often post on. I've even got a merchandise bit on there now. If you haven't seen, we're now selling merchandise, guys. We've got mugs, we've got cups, we've got jumpers, we got hoodies, and we got loads more stuff to come in the future as well, guys. Someone even bought a mug last night. I don't know who it was, but if it was you, drop a message in the live chat, guys. I want to know who's bought a mug off me. So it wasn't even up 5 minutes and someone's bought one of those mugs, so I'm literally over the moon, guys. So yeah, we've got merchandise on there. We've got the ability to donate on there if you want to donate to the channel as well. All of the links, instead of putting loads of links, we've just got one link. You click on that and it's got all of the different sections, troops, okay? But before we get in the video, please make sure you smash that like button. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already, and hit the notification button on the side so you get notified each and every time that we go live, okay, troops? We've got a massive following at the moment, much bigger than I ever envisioned, and I'm over the moon with that, guys, and it's all down to you lot. If you want to be a part of the community, then join the Discord. The Discord is the best place to be a part of this community. You can chat on there, tell your heart's content, all day, every day. We've got literally about 500 people on there now, so it's massive, guys. It is really, really huge. So yeah, Discord link is in the description, troops. But other than that, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to let you enjoy this video, and I'll speak to you in the live chat, troops. Enjoy.
For nearly 3 decades, the F-15 Eagle fighter was considered the undisputed king of the skies. Until the debut of its replacement, the F-22 Raptor, the F-15 was the U.S. Air Force's frontline air superiority fighter.
Right, I didn't know that. I don't know much about the Air Force in any country, all right? I barely know about the RAF, the Royal Air Force, in my own country. But yeah, these fighter pilot guys go through a lot of hard training. Although we like to give the RAF stick now and again, these dudes do a lot of hard stuff, all right? It is not easy to become a fighter pilot. In most countries, I'd assume, all right, that you've got to be educated to at least degree level. I know that's the case in most countries, you know, because you need a high level of intellect, troops, as well. And some of the continuation training that these guys do, the SEER package, all right, which is normally what Special Forces guys do. I definitely know that these RAF pilots get involved in that as well, which is not easy, guys, all right, especially the nature of their job. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how these F-15 Eagles fly.
Even today, a modernized Eagle is still considered a formidable opponent, and manufacturer Boeing has proposed updated versions that could keep the airframe flying for the better part of a century. The F-15 traces its roots to the air war in Vietnam, and the inauspicious showing of American Air Force and Navy fighters versus their North Korean counterparts. Large, powerful American fighters, designed to tackle both air-to-air and air-to-ground missions, were performing poorly against their smaller, less powerful, but less maneuverable North Vietnamese counterparts.
That's weird, that. So they were performing less than a less powerful, less maneuverable Vietnamese counterpart, even though it was more powerful and it was ideally a formidable plane in comparison. Wonder why then? I guess we'll find out in a few seconds, troops.
The 13-to-1 kill ratio American flyers enjoyed in the Korean War dropped to an abysmal 1.5-to-1 kill ratio in Vietnam.
And I bet you that 1.5 kill ratio could have been manipulated as well, bearing in mind some of the human error in terms of the input of this data. You know, that's, to me, that says it was 1-on-1, okay? 1.5-to-1, it's even basically, guys.
Contemporary fighters, such as the F-14 Phantom, had been designed with the assumption that the air-to-air missile had rendered dogfights obsolete, and with them the need for superiority, maneuverability, and a gun for air combat. The U.S. Air Force decided it needed a dedicated air superiority fighter, one that combined two powerful engines, a powerful radar, a large number of missiles, and a gun. Above
Yeah, fair one. You'd like to think they thought of these things beforehand, but obviously, war develops and so does the arms race with it. Planes and everything. It's a constant battle of who's better and who's bigger, isn't it, guys? All right. And I've just clicked on here. This is like literally one of the first American based videos that we've done in like about a month, guys. So if you are from America, welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. We've literally got loads of fans from Europe now and everything else. So yeah, I hope we actually get a few American guys, because on the channel we need a bit of the hurrah spirit, I think.
Above all, it had to be maneuverable enough to win a dogfight. The U.S. Air Force issued a request for proposals for the new FX fighter in 1966, and no fewer than 6 companies submitted competing paper designs. No prototypes were built. The Air Service selected McDonnell Douglas, now a part of Boeing, in 1969, ordering 107 full-scale development planes.
Wow, you don't realise, do you, until you look at these things. Now, I don't know planes too well, but I can tell you when a plane looks old, all right? And these things look really, really old, all right? It's quite phenomenal how they've actually came along the past few decades even,
The F-15 was a formidable aircraft. Early versions were powered by 2 Pratt & Whitney P100, PW100 afterburning turbofan engines.
And we've got an advertisement on there. That's getting cut out.
Producing 14,500 pounds of static thrust, 23,500 with afterburners. This gave the aircraft a thrust-to-weight ratio of greater than 1, making it so powerful that it was the first fighter to exceed the speed of sound in vertical flight. The F-15 had so much thrust, it could climb to 65,000 feet in just 122 seconds. In horizontal flight, the F-15 could reach speeds of Mach 2.5 and cruise at speeds of Mach 0.9.
That's insane, guys. That's fast, man. That's I wouldn't like to think I was on the back of that thing. If we do get ads on this, actually, guys, that only took a couple of seconds. We're just going to blast on through it. So yeah, just bear with them, troops. I don't think there should be any more. I wasn't expecting them anyway.
The Eagle's AN/APG-63 nose-mounted radar was the most advanced of its day, a solid-state radar with look-down, shoot-down capability, and a range of up to 200 miles. This allowed the F-15 to pick out low-flying enemies on radar against the clutter generated by the ground. The radar was also the first to incorporate a programmable system processor, which allowed moderate upgrades to be done via software and not intrusive hardware updates. The Eagle was originally armed with 4 radar-guided AIM-7 Sparrow missiles for long-range engagements and 4 AIM-9 Sidewinder infrared-guided missiles for short-range engagements.
That's pretty cool. If we've got anyone in the chat from any air force in the world, all right, let us know, guys, if you understand what they're talking about. Because I'll be honest with you, this is all science to me, and I don't. Some of the terminology that they use, I'm not really sure of. So let us know if you know anything about the Air Force troops. Yeah.
In the air war over Vietnam, USAF FC-4 Phantoms, lacking a dedicated gun, missed several opportunities to down enemy aircraft. This was remedied in the F-15 by equipping the plane with an M61 Vulcan 20mm Gatling gun.
That's going to do some damage in the sky. I mean, have you seen the size of the rounds on that thing?
The F-15 was also designed with long range in mind, carrying 3 600-pound fuel tanks. The F-15 had a range of 3,000 miles, making it possible to fly from the continental United States to Europe without stopping or mid-air refueling. This would make it possible to quickly reinforce NATO air defenses in case of a crisis in Europe. And
yeah, so strategically, that's a much better weapon system then, isn't it? The fact that this thing can obviously do cross the pond there over to Europe without refueling. It's a pretty rapid response, vehicle that they never had before. So that's a good thing, guys, in terms of America's interest in Europe.
And later would permit the Air Force to quickly dispatch F-15s to Saudi Arabia during Operation Desert Storm.
All right.
The first F-15 prototypes flew in 1972, and serial production began in 1973. The plane rapidly began to populate both the U.S. Air Force and friendly air forces including Israel, Japan, and Saudi Arabia. The F-15's first air-to-air kill was on June 27, 1979, when Israeli Air Force ace Moshe Melnik shot down a Syrian Air Force MiG-21 in his F-15A. Melnik would eventually down 4 aircraft from F-15As and F-15Cs for a career total of 11 enemy fighters shot down. Melnik's kill was the start.
So it's a drastic contrast compared to the previous models, where they had a 1 to 1.5 alleged ratio, which is probably arguably 1-on-1. Okay.
Part of a remarkable string of 104 consecutive air-to-air victories for the F-15.
That's insane.
With not a single Eagle lost.
So it's a superior weapon system, simple as that. It's a superior bit of kit. But for how long for? That's the question.
Israeli, Saudi, and American F-15s were responsible for this impressive streak. Israeli kills included were recorded between
I mean, it does look awesome. Look at that. That looks phenomenal, man.
1979 and 1982, and included Syrian MiG-25 Foxbat interceptors, MiG-21 and MiG-23 fighters,
That must be one
and
of
a
the best
number of
jobs
ground
ever.
attack and strike aircraft. During the 1991 Gulf War, the American and Saudi tally included Iraqi MiG-29 Fulcrum fighters, Mirage F-1 fighters, and even a Tu-76 Candid medium transport. One F-15E Strike Eagle even scored an air-to-air kill against an Iraqi Mi-24 attack helicopter with a laser-guided bomb.
That
The
is insane.
F-15A was eventually replaced in production by the F-15C, which included a newer AN/APG-70 synthetic aperture radar
Don't know what that means, troops. So we got any pilots in the chat? Let us know what that means.
and newer F-100 PW-220 engines. The latest program, nicknamed Golden Eagle, stress tests F-15Cs for wear and tear, and 178 of the planes in the best physical condition, with the least received new APG-63V3 active electronically scanned array.
Skip that.
Radars and the joint helmet-mounted cueing system, allowing rapid transit acquisition with infrared-guided missiles. In the late 1980s, the F-15E was developed to supplement and eventually replace the F-111 fighter bomber as a penetrating, high-speed tactical strike aircraft designed to strike deep behind enemy lines in a NATO-Warsaw Pact war in Europe.
So for it to be able to strike far behind enemy lines, it's got to have an upgraded radar system, I'd imagine. Yeah, just to be able to do that, so it's not getting any of the surface-to-air missiles, you know, because that would be a major threat. But it's obviously being able to do and pack through that with speed as well. That's probably one of the main reasons.
The E model added conformal fuel tanks to increase range and a heavy bomb payload, the APG-63 radar, and a Lantern forward strike infrared and laser targeting pod. With the retirement of the F-111, the F-15E Strike Eagle is now the USAF's main tactical fighter bomber. The USAF bought its last F-15
awesome.
in 2001, but foreign sales have kept Boeing's production line humming since. The company has twice in recent years tried to again attract the interest of the Air Force, first with the semi-stealthy Silent Eagle in 2010. In 2016, Boeing again introduced a new F-15, Eagle 2040C. Eagle 2040C
Eagle 24 THC Eagle. Is it like a high eagle or something?
is designed to carry up to 16 AIM-120D AMRAAM radar
Right, that deserves some F's in the chat, guys. Let's get some F's in the chat for the THC Eagle.
guided missiles, more than 4 times the original number. The Talon Hate data link would allow the upgraded design to network with the F-22 Raptor. One concept of operation would have the stealthy but relatively short on firepower F-22 flying among enemy aircraft, passing on targeting information to an Eagle 2040C acting as a flying missile battery. Today, the USAF still employs around 177 upgraded F-16C and two-seater D models, and approximately 224 F-15E strike.
Right, I was just about to say 170 odd doesn't seem like a lot for America, okay? But then obviously it mentioned 224, which still, I don't know, is that a lot? Is that a lot for a country as big as America? I don't know, man. Let me know in the chat if it is a lot, because I couldn't even tell you how many we got in England, to be fair.
Eagles. F-15s are deployed in forward bases in both Europe and Asia, most notably at RAF Lakenheath in the UK and Kadena Air Force Base on the Japanese island of Okinawa. Japanese F-15Js also operate from Okinawa and were allegedly involved in an aerial encounter in June 2016 involving Chinese Su-30 flanker fighters.
That's interesting. We don't hear about this stuff on the news, do we? That's crazy. So 2016, only 4 years ago, guys.
These are currently deployed at Incirlik Air Base, Turkey, where they're participating in the air war against Islamic State.
Right, okay, yeah. Well, obviously this is a little bit old now, this video, but they're probably still out there, guys.
In a world still dominated by fourth-generation fighters, the F-15 is an aging but still formidable fighter. The lack of sufficient numbers of F-22 Raptors to replace the Eagle has delayed the fighter's retirement, and it now trains to complement the F-22 on the battlefield. The lack of a current, viable replacement means it will be at least until the early 2030s before the remaining C and E models are retired.
That's a long time, guys, alright? I'm guessing some country somewhere has got a more upgraded version than this. Is that right? Or am I not thinking right on this? There's got to be a better plane out there than this in the world somewhere, guys. If you know, let me know in the chat. I'd be interested to find out more about this, actually, because normally America's got the state-of-the-art kit. Normally they've got the best kit, haven't they? So, yeah, we'll see.
The F-15 airframe in all its flavors will almost certainly spend an impressive half-century in active service.
That's insane.
A first for a frontline U.S. Air Force fighter.
That is unbelievable. The fact that it's actually still in circulation for that amount of time, that is incredible. That is incredible. Right, what have we got to the end? That's it, I think. I think we'll just leave it on that screen there, troops. We'll put it on this one. Right, okay then, troops. So, a little bit different that video today. And, yeah, we're going to be getting back onto our series and stuff tomorrow. And then further on down the line, we'll have we've got a few ideas for the channel, troops, okay? But, yeah, a little bit different for the day. A little bit shorter, just to break the monotony, because we want to be streaming tonight a little bit earlier if we can. So we stream on Twitch every night now, guys, if you don't know, and the link's in the description. We're now an affiliate on Twitch, which is a really good thing, so you can subscribe to the channel on there if you so wish as well. So I look forward to seeing you guys there after this, if you don't mind. That would be great to see you guys there. And make sure you check them links out in the description, troops. Make sure you smash that like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because we've got some real good stuff coming up. And yeah, go check out that merch. Let me know if you want anything. If you do get anything, take a picture of it with yourself and post it on Instagram. Tag me in it so I can write a cheeky comment to you guys, alright? But other than that, troops, we're going to literally head over to Twitch now, I think, and do some gaming, because that's where it's happening, yeah? That's where it's happening. I like to chat to you guys on there. But other than that, have a good one, troops. Thanks for watching. See you next time.